though I was born in a Latin country, I've always asked God, why Panama? Now I know why. I was able to connect with Latin America, the United States, and the Caribbean. My grandparents are from the Caribbean. I was born in Latin America and lived in the United States for 40 years. Great experience. Now, I'm in Africa. I am home. My ancestors sold. My ancestors sold, kings, their children. And now today, one of their children are back to connect Latin America, the Caribbean, and the United States, because that was the slave route. And today, I am connecting the kings and queens in Africa to come to Panama May 18 through the 25th. Listen to me carefully. To atone to their children. And that never happened before. We are making history now. And it is time for us to stop talking and to be in action. We have been talking for a long time, watching everyone come into Africa and take and take and take. And we're still talking. All our mines, gold, minerals are being taken every day. And we're still talking. It is time for action. It is time to build Africa. But there's something missing. There's something missing. Us. That was sold in the Americas and the Caribbean. I want to inform you that there's so many great opportunities in our region that you don't know about. We have the second largest free zone in Panama City, Panama, and you don't know about it. We have the Panama Canal. I am sure you have heard of that. But you're not in business. And we are the ones in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados. Most of all the Caribbean islands have built that canal. And where are you to participate in the investments that we have, not only in Panama, but in Colombia, in Belize. But the only country that you talk about is Brazil. Am I right? Brazil. What about Belize, Nicaragua, Panama, Costa Rica, Peru? You don't talk about that because you were not taught to think. And I'm being real here because it's time to speak truth. We no longer have to go around. Let's speak truth. Because this is not just about business, but this is about awareness. We're not aware of what's happening other than Brazil. We talk about tourism. Do you know the importance of tourism? We are lacking information of our culture, heritage, tourism, business, other than Africa. But guess what? We, black people, are in all those countries. But most of the time, you don't know. But one of the most important things here is that we also been educated, but not really educated to do business with each other. We have to begin to do business with each other. And not always have to go to China or Europe. We go there for vacation. No. You can come to Panama and work with us, black people. When you talk about health, where do you go? Europe. Why are we not building the facilities in Africa? Why do we have to leave Africa? Why? The mindset has to change. We now have to unveil the illusion of what we've been taught. Most of us don't know who we are. Today, we have to teach one another. I was not taught anything about Africa, not even until the end. The only time I heard anything was Black History. 1 month of history. So now, let's talk about business. I've spoken to many of the designers out there, picking their brain to find out how far they're going to go. I love what Lexi said. We have to do business in Africa with each other. But I have to add to that. I want you to do business worldwide. We are all over the world and with each other. We have to also exchange our money with each other and not have to go out all the time to do business with those that's in our nations doing business, taking from Africa, going to Europe, back to Europe. Why? Because they're poor. Europe is poor. They are poor. The only reason that they have what they have is because of Africa. Because of you. You are rich, but yet you're telling yourself you're poor. How can that be possible? I don't see that from outside. All I see is that you're rich, but then you're telling yourself and convincing yourself that you're poor. I don't see it that way. What I see is Europe is poor. All those that are taking from you, they're poor. You know why they're poor? Because they have convinced you that you're poor and they're rich. They psychologically brainwashed you. And we can no longer brainwash our children. We need to start teaching our children from a young age what they have and what they ought to be doing with what they have. Stop teaching your children what you have learned. You have to change that. Because you were taught to think poor. I want you to know that you're not. And when we hear from our nations in Latin America and the Caribbean that Nigeria is corrupt, this African country is corrupt, and this one is corrupt, well, what I see is nations out of Africa are also corrupt. But they don't talk about that because you are being stigmatized. Not to say that there's no corruption, but when I hear constantly that you are corrupt, I don't want to come. I don't want to do business with you. And that is the mindset that they taught us. Don't go to Africa. They are corrupt. Come on to the United States. Come on to China. Come on to Europe. So we're being brainwashed on both sides. Are you following what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Because you're so quiet. Are you following what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
We have to change our mindset. When I mentioned the Cologne Free Zone, you know when Europeans come there, Venezuelans, Colombians, and everyone else, when they come there, they're getting your products from Africa. And then they come to my country on the free zone, set shop up, and you know what they do? They come right back to you and sell. Because mostly you don't export, you import. So when you're importing, it's coming a lot from my country. They take what you have, come all the way around to Central America, take everything from Central America, and come back and sell you water. They sell you all sorts of things when you can do it yourselves. You don't need anyone. You can do it yourself. My designers, listen to me carefully. It is time for you, when you design, you need to learn more about business than just designing. You need both. And when I was asking questions yesterday to my designers, to all the designers, there were a lot of things missing that you need to know. So what do we have to do? We have to educate you, but also educate you to not only come or do business in Africa, but you need to come and visit us, blacks, in the world. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So when I speak about the second largest free zone in such a small country, it's almost like just 4 million people there, but so rich. But they tell themselves they're poor. Let's stop doing that. We are rich. Tell your children we are rich. We just need to learn how to manage our nations and stop allowing the outsiders to come and take and take and take. Stop allowing women. I have a message for you as well. You are more than you think you are. You have to build your nation. And men, stop oppressing our women. I am speaking truth today. Elevate our women. Let them know how powerful they are, because you men cannot do it by yourself. Look at Africa. And you've been doing it by yourself all this time. You need your women. You need your women. This is serious now. We at war. Whether you think you are not at war, you are economically. You are at war. And we cannot put women as a secretary anymore. We need to elevate them. Look at me. I'm a queen. I don't need any man or woman to tell me who I am. I know who I am. God assigned me to this, what I'm doing. I caught hell coming here. I'm going to tell you how strong I am. My husband just passed away not even a month because of COVID. And I also had COVID. And he is gone. 10 years. I was the happiest woman in the world. But you know what? God assigned me to this. And I am being obedient to God. But I had to be here to speak truth. All you young people, I work with young people all over the world. And I am teaching them to teach the future generation the things that they have to do. We have to receive our children, the future generation, not poor, but as who we are as Africans. Stop allowing others to dominate your nations. And let's do business together. I will be able to connect you to Latin America, to the Caribbean, and many other nations, and how to do business in those regions, but yet bring it back to Africa. I love what you were saying. Tourism is important. It brings what? Culture. It brings business. And let me let you know what I am getting ready to do next. Panama has already approved me that we need to bring other airlines into Panama. And I am looking for those airlines to come to Panama and back and forth. Because what I want to see is tourism, business, culture, all these things, to have direct flights from Africa, to come to Costa Rica, to come to Panama, to come to Belize, to come to Colombia. I mean business. Because when it comes to visas, it is very difficult. But because I am having the first in history, the journey of reconciliation and healing of Mother Africa and her diaspora. That's taking place in May, the 18th to the 25th. And why am I doing that? Because my ancestors woke me up one night and said, it's time for healing. You cannot go no further, Africa, Mother Africa, if we don't atone to the things that we have done and are doing. This is business, but yet we have to clean house before we start business. You know why? We're going to keep going around in circles. We need to teach our children from now, from the time they hit kindergarten, teach them about business. Don't teach them about business after they get out of college. That is my vision. And I am doing it already. I've been doing it for 26 years, and it has been successful. So I know it works. I know it works. So if it worked with just me, imagine. So now, I want us, you keep saying, I want us to work together in unity. Don't look at me as a foreigner. I am not a foreigner to you. I'm a foreigner where I was born, but not to you. And that's the mentality that we are. She's from Panama? Oh, she's Latina. They've given me so many names. I don't even know what to say. But I always tell them, I'm sorry. You can't call me Latina. You can't call me any Afro-Panamanian. I'm an African woman, period. And we have to know who we are as Africans. That is missing in our community. So when we want to do business in our community, we can do business with each other. Stop listening to the world telling you black folks can't do business with each other. Yes, we can. I prove them wrong because I'm here today. I'm here today. And in conclusion, the mindset is important in what I am saying. No one is better than the other. Let's think of us as equal. Sometimes our ego goes so high, we look down on the person that's mopping the floor for you to walk on. When you're in a hospital, you look at people beneath that they're beneath you. No. We all have a position that God has given us in order for Africa to work. If it worked then, it can work again. The only thing we need to do is change that mindset and purge from everything that you were taught. That's what I had to do. It is time now to unveil the illusion and know who you are. Thank you very much.